Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Shaneria and this is Talk and Crime. On this channel we do reaction videos. So if you like drama, if you like tea, heck, if you just like to hear somebody else's story, this is the channel for you. Let's, without further ado, get started on today's reaction video.
Story time of how my now ex-best friend left me at a bar by myself in Vegas on my birthday, then proceeded to block me and steal my favorite swimsuit. Everything about this trip was so whack. So for backstory, I had been talking to her about wanting to do a trip for my birthday for the last 2 months. And at first I was thinking about doing Miami because my birthday landed over spring break and it also landed on a Friday, so we could do a whole weekend. But I had been talking to her about this for months and this was not like a last minute thing. So then we were getting more realistic and Miami was going to be expensive, so we were brainstorming other options. She was the one that brought up Vegas, and I was like, you know what, hell yeah, let's do it. The guy that I was dating at the time, I say at the time like it wasn't like 2 weeks ago, he had good deals with a hotel there, and so a room would be taken care of. We'd get a really nice room. So that was the plan. It was going to be Vegas, and my birthday was Friday, so we'll go Friday through Sunday. And for the most part, it sounded like that was the plan. Then as I kept talking to her more about it, she started to kind of trail off a little bit. And she is the type of friend that's very flaky and doesn't like to go out or just always bails on plans, which is whatever, because that's who she was. And I didn't really like going out at the time either, so it wasn't a huge deal. But then when she started kind of trailing off, I could tell she was gonna try to get out of it or whatever, try to bail. And I wasn't trying to deal with that, so I started hitting up some of my other friends. But at this point, it was like a week and a half before my birthday, so it was really last minute. So I just knew some shit was gonna go wrong, so that's where I started hitting up my other friends. For context, I live in LA, and I hit up one of my best friends from Utah. I hit up one of my best friends from Utah, and for the most part, she was like, you know what, hell yeah, I don't have anything this weekend, let's do it. Kind of last minute, but she came through. And then I invited another one of my friends from LA, and she said that she would be able to make it, but probably on Saturday because she was working, Friday, whatever. So at this point, I wasn't really talking to my friend. I was just banking on the fact that she was gonna bail because she was kind of just acting weird about it. And as in acting weird, I mean, when I told her that we would have the room taken care of, we were gonna get a penthouse suite, a really nice room, and for some reason, she started having an issue with the guy I was dating and was like, is he gonna be there? And was making it weird if he was gonna be there, which he was going to, and he was probably gonna gamble. But honestly, it was kind of up in the air. I was like, I don't know if I wanna do just a girls trip and I could do something with him another time or whatever. So she made it weird if he was gonna be there. And she felt like he kind of bailed on plans every now and then. So and she was also saying that her sister's birthday was the next weekend. And so she was like, let me see if maybe I can take her to Vegas. She was turning 16. She's like, let me see if I could take her to Vegas. But her birthday was the next week. I don't know. So she was like, let me see what I can do. But at this point, I wasn't even banking on her coming. And I was like, if you want to come, you can. But I already have plans with my other friends. It sounded like you didn't really want to go. And you were complaining about the guy I was dating being there, even though we weren't going to see him. If anything, I would see him later. We would go out, do our own thing. He would not be there. And even if he was, it was my fucking birthday. So why? I don't know. So it just seemed like she kept making excuses. Then she ends up telling me that she's going to do a trip with her mom and her sister, and they're going to go on Wednesday through Saturday morning. And I was like, okay, fun. That clearly is not a trip where I'm included. So I just was like, okay, cool. She also was making a big deal about she doesn't like going out. She doesn't like
First of all, if somebody start acting weird from the beginning, that's a red flag. Don't go or either uninvite that person. Stop weighing on oh, maybe it won't be a mess. Maybe look, if they already giving you signs that they really don't want to go or making some type of excuse, be like, look, we'll hang out another time because this is my birthday weekend. That's okay. I found some other people.
Going out, so it was my birthday weekend. I was gonna want to go out. So it just, everything she was saying, I was like, I'm not gonna bank on it, whatever. So then when she's explaining that she's gonna be there with her mom and her sister, she's like, oh, me and my friends are gonna go out on Thursday night. You can come with us if you wanna come early. But I was like, you didn't wanna go out. So you'll go out with them, but you don't wanna go out with me? Like, I'm confused. Then she was like, if you do come earlier and you're with the guy I'm dating, then she's like, we could all go to lunch and we could all hang out. And I was like, but you were just making an issue that he was gonna be there. So which is it? So I made my plans with the other friends and was locked in regardless, but I was gonna be there for Friday and she would be there also on Friday. She wasn't staying through the whole weekend. So I was like, okay, well, we can do something on Friday for my birthday. Then she tells me that she booked a show on Friday night at 7 o'clock when my birthday dinner was gonna be for like the Circus Day, whatever in Vegas. And she was gonna go with her mom and her sister. She didn't give me any invite. She didn't give me like,
yeah, she wasn't really her friend. Like, I don't know how long they've been friends, but yeah, all them excuses should have been cut out.
like, oh, I'm going to this thing. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll move my birthday dinner. And it was just her. I was just gonna go with just her. Because at that point, I told the guy I was dating, like, he probably shouldn't come because like it's gonna be more of a girls thing. So she affected. Oh my gosh. So after she told me that she booked a show for the dinner thing, I was like, am I missing something? Like, you said you didn't want to go out, but you'll go out with your friends. You're going out on Thursday. And then I'm like, okay, you didn't want to go because the guy I'm dating might be there, which is this new issue, I guess. Like, and then all of a sudden we can all kiki it up at lunch. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, am I missing something? And so we're both pretty avoidant, and she was very like, let's just talk about it. She told me that she was uncomfortable with making any plans with the guy that I was dating because he flakes sometimes, like, on me. But when it comes to like getting a room or whatever, like, we would have been solid. So I don't know. I'm like, yeah, he has things come up every now and then, but that has nothing to do with, it just was weird. It was weird. But she was like, no, there's nothing, you're not missing anything. Like, I just wanted to make sure that I could book my own flight, and I wanted to include my family. Actually, let me read her text. She basically just said that she didn't want to put her trust in the guy that I was dating when I was going to get a flight and a room paid for her. And then, but she wanted to celebrate my birthday and her sister's birthday, so she took it upon herself to book a room, book flights, like, all on her own. Which I was like, okay, that's great. That's great. But she was also leaving on Saturday, so it wasn't a trip for me. Like, I just happened to coincidentally be there. I don't know. So at that point, it was during the week, and I was like, you know what, maybe I could come a day early. Like, I want to hang out with you. Like, weird energy aside, like, I want to hang out with you. Like, I wanted my birthday to be with her. And even though she made it weird by bringing all this, even though she made it weird, I was like, okay, like, I want to spend a day or two with you. So I went out on Thursday, and I was like, would we be able to do stuff all day before, like, I book anything? And she's like, no, yeah, like, we'll hang out, we'll do stuff. Or she was like, all I have is work from 5 a.m. to 11. And then she wanted to go to lunch with her family, or lunch with her mom and her sister. So I go, and I'm like in the Uber getting to the hotel, and she's like, let me send you my itinerary. So then she sends me this whole itinerary from like 11 a.m. till like 5 o'clock p.m. and like every hour is booked. Like, I thought it was cute. I thought she was making it for me. Like, we'll go do shopping at this place. We'll do, like, it was definitely like ChatGPT, whatever. But I was like, oh, like, is your mom and your sister gonna be there? She's like, yeah. So I was like, okay, in my head, I was like, I don't want to impose on your plans and your trip, but I was already there and everything. So I just was like, okay, whatever, like, we'll go. So I went, I met her mom and her sister. They're great. Like, love them. And it was the day before my birthday. So I was just like, whatever, I don't have expectations and whatever, like, I'm happy with whatever. But we were doing everything that she planned, what she wanted to do. And I was hanging out with her mom. I was third wheeling with her mom at night. And there was really weird energy throughout the night. Guys would come up and hit on us and stuff, and she would make it a point to make me like look stupid in front of these dudes. Like, she's Latina, and they would be like, oh, do you speak Spanish? And they would look at me and ask if I spoke Spanish, and she's like, no, she doesn't. Like, she's our like white friend. Like, she's our white friend. Before I could even like Like, I was like, okay. And then to another conversation, she was telling some lady, like, oh, she doesn't need. Okay, part 2 of how my now ex-best friend left me out by myself at a bar in Vegas on my birthday and then proceeded to block me and steal my favorite swimsuit. Anyways, as I was saying before, a lot of conversations that we were having, there was just some weird, like, not like passive aggressive jabs, but like trying to make me look stupid. And we were talking to this one lady and she was like, yeah, she just doesn't like to work. And I think she just needs to marry rich, find a rich man. And like, that's just like her, that's what she needs to do. And I have had, this is another story for another time, but I've been fired a couple times in the last 2 years and it's felt pretty like out of my control. And it's just been a weird redirecting in my life. So she knows all the drama behind it and like how frustrating it's been. And I just recently had to leave a job because it was affected by the Palisades fires. And so I was like, I like to work, but like, it just was weird. It was just weird energy. Then we go to dinner at night with her and her mom, and I'm third wheeling her and her mom. And every time I would talk, she wouldn't acknowledge me. And she like, I would say something and only her mom would say something to me and she would like ignore it and then go and start talking to her mom. And it was just weird. And I think there was like an underlying thing where I was still kind of like confused about this whole situation. And like, so maybe that was it. I don't know. The energy was just weird. Cause I'm like, I wanted my friend to be staying with me and I want like it. So then we're sitting there, like we're ordering food. It was about to turn midnight and she did get a dessert and she typed up like a really, really nice thing for my birthday. She told me something really sweet and it literally made me cry because I was like, I feel like shit right now. I feel like she didn't really prioritize my birthday. The other thing too is she was working from 5 a.m. to 11 and she's able to travel and stuff. So she kept talking about that and just how she was super exhausted and that also played into her energy. She was just really like tired and like, so it killed my energy and I wasn't like, she wasn't trying to turn up. I was literally ready to go to bed and did a cute little happy birthday thing and then went to bed. The next day was Friday and she was like, oh, you could come to that show or whatever. Like we could do stuff. I just have to leave for that show. And I told her, okay, well, we can do like a little mini like lunch / dinner, like late lunch and then do a late dinner. So that's what we ended up doing. We went to, I can't remember where we went, but we went somewhere nice and she like met the owner or like the chef or something and he was able to hook it up. And it was just one-on-one and she just got done telling me that she just got in a fight with her mom. Like her mom was being rude and trying to put her down. So her energy was again, weird. She was just venting all this stuff to me. I have a couple drinks in me and I was just really hurt and the vibe was all, like just has been off the last like 2 days. So I called her out on it. She was venting to me about a situation with a friend that we have in common that she introduced me to and they fell out. I ended up calling her out because in my head I was like, either I was gonna leave this trip and just act different and probably never see her again and probably not talk to her because I was so like hurt, but I confronted her about it. And that to me, I'm like, that showed her how much I cared in being able to address it and try and fix it somewhat. I just told her I had been curbing to her schedule and I came a day early and I'm having to third wheel with her mom and her sister. And I'm like, I'm imposing on your trip. I'm like, I don't know why you can't stay till Sunday. You're leaving Saturday morning when I wanted this whole trip to be with you. I'm like, my friend from Utah wasn't able to come. So she ended up bailing and I had another friend coming in on Saturday. And there's a little bit of a backstory with that too. But, I was like, the guy I was dating didn't come because you made it so weird. You made it feel so weird. He didn't want to go. So I'm not seeing him. That is another thing that went to shit. And it was because she didn't want him there for God knows why. And then I'm just sitting here third wheeling with her and her mom and then her and her 16-year-old sister. Like as much as I like, as cool as they are, I can't be the only one that's like, this is just weird. Like this is my best friend. Like this is my best friend. So I'm like, why can't you stay until Sunday? I'm hurt. You don't work. Like you have the rest of the weekend off. So why? I had a hotel paid for. It's not like you didn't have to pay for your shit. I'm glad that you did, but like that was not, I would have gotten that shit taken care of. And I literally myself would have paid for her flights because I wanted her to be there. So then as I explained, like, I've been curbing to your schedule. You made this itinerary for you and your family. I'm imposing on your trip. Kind of explaining to her, like, what the fuck it was. Like, she was like, I didn't realize, like, I feel really bad. Like, let's do a trip. Like, I'll make up for it. Like, I feel really bad. And I just was like, it's whatever. I'm like, honestly, ball's in your court. I'm like, this pretty much damaged. This hurt my feelings. I was like crying when I was telling her this. I'm like, this hurt my feelings. I wasn't expecting this from you. Like, this was the last person I would have expected this from. And just this weird energy. Like, I'm shocked. Like, I just am really confused. And I'm not gonna like lie, like I tore her a new one. I was not nice and I didn't hold back because like my feelings were hurt, and I'm a real bitch and I tell people when they fuck up, and I keep it real, and I know she respects me for that. So, and it hurt my fucking feelings. So I'm just gonna say it. And I couldn't hold it in anymore because then I'm like, she's leaving for my birthday dinner. I'm having to move my birthday dinner, which she ended up being late. I had to move the reservation from like 8:30 to 10 o'clock at night to do a little dinner. So we ended up hashing it out. We eat, it's fine, we go back. I feel better after telling her, but I know that I was hard on her, so I didn't know how she was gonna take it. So then she goes to the show and I get ready for the night. And we had talked about going out. I told her that I wanted to go out, but she kept saying she's been up till 5. She doesn't like clubs and she doesn't like, so I'm like, okay. I just stopped saying anything. I just literally became mute and just was compliant to whatever the fuck she wanted to do, because clearly I was asking too much. I was asking for way too much. So then she ends up getting done late and we meet up for dinner and we go to catch, and the vibes are just super weird. I'm really hurt. I'm pissed. I just want the day to be over. There was stuff that happened with a guy I was dating. I told him that I wanted him to come when originally, like, it just put a wrench in things. And I just wasn't having a good time. Like, it was shitty. It was shitty. There's like a group of girls behind us and they're like doing this cute countdown for her birthday, like till midnight. And I'm just watching like, must be nice. I don't even know. One of my other friends, the one from Utah, didn't post me on her story. So she mentioned that. She was like, why didn't she post you on her story? It's like, I don't know, whatever. Like, I actually don't. I'm very understanding of people's circumstances. And with that friend, I was like, she texted me happy birthday, like whatever. I'm not pressed. She's like, that's like so weird though. She's like, but I'm here, like we're gonna have fun. And then as it got later, I just was like, I wanted the day to be over. So she's making conversation with the waiter, and the waiter had a big crush on me, like took care of the bill, and like he was really nice. And we met him from the night before. He's like, come back in for your birthday, like we'll take care of you. Then as the night went on, I'm just like, her energy, especially when she goes out, like it's just pretty like dead, and like I fed off that energy and I get really like tired, and I just wanted the day to be over. So we're wrapping up and I'm like, honestly, I'm cool to like go to bed after this. Like we can maybe go get a drink at a bar before, and then we can just go to bed. Like that's cool with me. Like we don't have to go out. Like I can save that for tomorrow or whatever when my other friend would come in, which I knew she'd be happy about because she's been up since 5 a.m. and I did not want to inconvenience her whatsoever. So then we're wrapping up dinner, and honestly, her and I didn't talk very much because she was talking to the waiter the entire time. And he was doing a good job of keeping up conversation because I wasn't gonna do it. Like I was in such a bad mood and I just wanted to go to bed. The guy that I was dating pissed me off. Like I just felt like it was a shitty birthday, and I couldn't be mad at my other friend for not showing up because I had to invite her last minute. If it were other circumstances and my best friend would have kept it real with me, like I could have had my other friends come with more notice or like gave them more notice. Like it just threw a wrench in my trip revolved around her. Like my birthday revolved around her. So we're walking out and I ended up being like, I need a drink. I was like, let's go to this bar, like check it out. Maybe we can see if people are gambling. Like let's just see the vibes. So we go to this bar and we sit down, and I'm just dead. I'm like not even gonna act like I was being pleasant to be around. At that dinner and everything, I just was over it. And when I'm in a bad mood and when I'm in a bad mood, like I'm not fun to be around. And I'm not gonna make it fun to be around because I'm in a bad mood. So we're sitting at this bar and she's like, this is so boring. Like, let's go to a club. There was a club downstairs that we could have gone to and I wanted to, but I just, the way everything had been playing out and she had drama with her mom and like just everything, I just was like, I am cool. Like, let's just not. I'm like, I want today to be over and I want to go to bed. So then that's when she came clean. She was like, I'm having a hard time ever since we had that conversation at STK. She's like, my feelings are really hurt and I feel like I've gone out of my way and I'm the only friend that's here for you on your birthday and you can't even appreciate that. And I had to tell her like, no, you were bailing and everything and you were switching up on me, so I had to call my other friends last minute. So I actually am not even mad that they couldn't come because you were the original plan and you made shit weird and like you're not even staying for like. But she's like, I'm the only friend that showed up. She's like, even with my mom and my sister, like I made this trip for them and like they're not being appreciative. And I'm like, yeah, that sucks. Like, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what to tell you. But all I know is like, I wanted to be there with her for my birthday on Friday and her booking a show at 7 o'clock during the time my birthday dinner would have been at alone was like, okay, really? And like no invite or like, do you want to come with, like, not like just everything she was doing just showed me like, oh, okay, like this is, I'm wrong for thinking any different or having any expectations of her whatsoever. And I'm good with people and expectations, but like she literally was my best friend and I've done so much for her and showed up for her that I was genuinely like floored, like jaw to the floor. Then she's like, and then you're saying that I'm wrong for this, but you're the one who was dating a married man. She gets up and she walks away. She left me. Which also, the married man thing is another story for another time. I was dating a guy and found out he was married. But she chose to use that as a dig and then fucking leave me by myself alone at a bar. So I was like, okay, you want to go that low? Like, okay. She did also say something when we were at STK where she's like, this has happened multiple times where like I somehow ruin a friend's birthday or like I don't show up for my friends on their birthdays or something like that. And I was like, I'm like, oh, so this is like a common thing. Like you're the common denominator. Like you might be the issue. Like if I'm like based off of how you treated me on my birthday, like look in the mirror. So she said that to me, which I was like, oh, okay. She left me, but I was like talking to some guy that was sitting next to me. He was like hitting on me and whatever. So I got a couple more drinks. Then I just went to bed. Well, I didn't go to bed. I like called a couple people and like whatever. It's crazy because I've told her a lot of the stories and things that I've been through and like things that people do to me. And she's always like, people do the weirdest shit to you. Like, why do people screw you over? And like you're so sweet and whatever. And this ended up being like out of all the shit I've been through, like that was a top 3. Like that was, I feel like I've been through worse, but like the intention behind it and like having that be my best friend, like I just genuinely was so blindsided. And I have really good discernment, especially with friends and girlfriends and guys. Like I have good discernment. I never took her as like a jealous friend. She was always very like, she compliments me a lot. She's gorgeous. Like there was no like competition vibes, like nothing. Like I did not see this coming. Like I did not see this coming at all. There's like no repairing this. Like I'm good. Like what the fuck was that? Doing that on my birthday is crazy. But then I wake up in the morning and I realize that I left my swimsuit in her hotel room. So I text her and I say, can you leave my swimsuit and my cover up at the front desk so I can grab it? And then she didn't say anything. So I was like, or can you at least give me your room number so I can ask housekeeping to go and get it? No response. And then I ended up doing something else. My other friend flew in, so we were doing stuff. And then I went to go check to see either text or she never responded. And then I looked on Instagram and she had me blocked. This bitch stole my fucking swimsuit. And I told her in the text, I was like, that's my favorite swimsuit. Like, you can leave me at a bar alone on my birthday, but taking my favorite swimsuit. So then she blocked me, and that was that. But then my other friend flew in, and like I had a time. It was good. That's how birthdays are, I guess. So I just realized, even sitting across from her, that she lacks awareness, and me trying to explain certain things to her, I think I got in her head a little bit, but even then she was still standing 10 toes on what the fuck she was doing and left me at that bar. So I know I'm not wrong for this shit. Like, everything about that was so weird. So that is that. Happy fucking birthday to me.
Okay, y'all take best friend, the word best friend, too motherfucking lightly. There's no way on this earth that this was blindsided and you never seen this side of her. Like, there's no way somebody can just instantly turn on, turn off their personality. This always been her. You just didn't want to see it. Just period. Like, some people can see things, and if it's not happening to them, they blind. Like, their eyes open and see it, but it's not happening to them, so they don't pay attention. Because 9 times out of 10, she knew that this girl was like this. Maybe not to her, but she probably have witnessed her being like this to other friends that she got, that old girl got. Like, I just don't believe the blindsided part. I do believe it's a little bit of jealousy, because first of all, how are you planning all of this stuff with your mother and sister, your sister 16 now, at Vegas? How are you planning all this stuff around your best friend's birthday? Like, girl, come on now. She was definitely jealous. She wanted to make your birthday her day instead. And then the little side comments and stuff would have been took me out. I would have been all like, not even around her no more. Got up from that table or wherever y'all at, where she was giving them little side, little whatever she wanted to call it, and got up. Y'all day should have been cut short right then and there. Like, it's okay to celebrate yourself by yourself. Like, it's okay to do things to celebrate you by yourself. It's better than hanging around people that's not going to acknowledge it's your day. Like, what? How is she playing all of this stuff around your birthday? It's just beyond me. I feel like she was using your boyfriend at the time as an excuse why not to come. And then when you kept hounding her, she just went on with whatever. Because she knew that was not the reason why she was holding back coming. She just didn't want to come. She just didn't want to celebrate you. This, I'm pretty sure, is not the first time. You just really didn't pay attention, because it just seems like you so kind and genuine. You just want friends. That's what it seemed like to me. Like, when you tell this story. Not only that, like, you need to learn, when you see the first red flag, just call the whole trip off. Like, not with you, because it's okay to celebrate by yourself, but when she starts showing signs that she really wasn't fooling with the situation, you should have left her alone. Book your hotel, book your flight, whatever you had to do, you should have did it alone. And whatever friends wanted to come later, okay, fine. But that friend is not your best friend. Y'all stop using the word best friend lightly. Everybody nowadays is a damn best friend, and they not. They not. You don't have to have a friend. You don't have to be cool and chilling with people, especially people like this. And not only that, she cut you off because she the one who chose to do all of this stuff around your birthday, trying to make you feel bad when it was really her. Like, girl, go hang out with your mother and them at this point. Like, yeah, you should have been got up from that table or whatever when she started saying like little stuff that rubbed you the wrong way. You guys, drop down in the comment section what you think about this story. Don't forget to like, hype me up, comment, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed yet. And if you keep coming back, still haven't subscribed, liked, or share, hit that subscribe button. Like, come on now. You guys, I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.